Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Faux Show. Today is Saturday, January 11th. My name is Angela.
My name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the Faux Show is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat room which I have here on my iPad.
Oh, the chat room. I've got that full screen on my screen.
It's over there on a monitor where we can see ourselves.
Doesn't matter, Ange. Nope. Don't even bother, because what's really incredible is actually this lower third. If you're watching the video version, I would like to divert your eyes down to this lower third. This is the accumulations of billions and billions of years of evolution of the universe, the formation of the planets, water coming to the planet, the amazing miraculous humanity creation. Fast forward a few million years, and boom, I came up with a few tricks in Wirecast, and we have the internet's first lower third with the chat room. Yeah. The OG lower third. Other shows got lower thirds now. This is the OG lower third.
What's an OG?
Original.
Oh. Yeah. After we started doing it for the Faux Show, we started seeing it.
Or an ogre.
Okay. Today's show is Jupiter Broadcasting's big 2014 plans. We're going to tell you about a couple of the things that we're going to be running into in the next, couple months.
Running into is an interesting choice of words. I like that.
Yeah?
We are running into it.
Yeah. Like it's slapping us in the face. All right, but first, this is really a first.
This has never happened in 159 episodes of the Faux Show.
Well, and plus, the 70 or whatever before that, before we started releasing them. But
yeah, used to be live only.
Yeah.
Hence the not real show. Actually,
yeah.
You'd think we would have gotten over that by 159 episodes now, but no. First, now we're going to change it up with the Jupiter. Mail sack right out of the gate. Up front on the Faux Show, it's mail sack time.
All right, that was the most expensive intro we've had.
That was just the monthly payments on that CG are $40,000. I don't know how we do it.
All right. Well, so first, as you noticed, we are wearing our new Jupiter Broadcasting logo shirts.
Oh. You can see mine. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Sweatshirts.
Our hoodies. They're nice.
And yes, oh my gosh, they're warm and they're perfect. And they're just way better than the ones that we ordered from Printfection a couple years ago.
Every time we do this, we figure out what to change, what to do better the next time. And I'm happy with these ones a lot.
Yep.
These are nice.
One thing that some of you that haven't received your shirts yet might have noticed, or even if you have received them, you might have seen a refund from Teespring and thought, oh my gosh, I'm not getting my shirt. Well, you are getting your shirt. It's just that because of the delay in the shipping of the shirts, which a lot of you noticed, they decided to refund everybody's shipping.
Yeah, good guy Teespring on this one. They were like, well, we know some people are disappointed. And it was not even really under their control. There was an ice storm in Texas, shut down their plant. It's not Teespring's plant. It's where they have the shirts printed, and they weren't notified that plant shut down for 5 days during the ice storms. So plus you combine that with the holidays, but they were totally cool about it with refunding the shipping, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's super nice.
Yep, and what even cooler, Majo from the lower third, he paid that $10 refund forward and donated it.
That's
to us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Really
Thank you, Majo.
Yeah, he's like, why do I have this? And I told him, and he's like, okay, well, looks like Jupiter Broadcasting has a little something. And I checked my email, and sure enough. So that was really cool. But here, okay.
What is it, Angela?
Well, we have been receiving pictures of everybody's shirts.
Well, we have. And we've got a lot of great pictures. We always want more, too. You can email a picture of your Jupiter Broadcasting shirt or hoodie to angela@jupiterbroadcasting.com. We want to get them in here.
Yup.
We're not pervs. We just want to get them.
So I'm going to run through the ones that I have grabbed. If you don't see your face, scroll through in these 12 that I have here.
Okay, all right. Then we just got this one this morning on the Linux Action Show
email
subreddit.
It to me. Yep.
That's awesome. Look at that. That's awesome. Oh, man. With the Tux penguin, too.
He reminds me of your dad. He looks like your dad. GoatsLive.
Oh, my gosh.
.com.
GoatsLive.com.
He was so excited to get his shirt so he could take a picture of him with his goats and his shirt. So it's a really popular goat watching website.
Nice. Oh, dapper.
Yep.
Nice. I love the webcam shots.
Yep.
Super easy.
I love
Android sticker on the laptop.
I think this might be my favorite one so far.
What's going on? That's great.
I don't know.
Oh, in the server room?
At work, yeah.
That's got to be my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's got to be. Backwards, that's a little trippy. That one's freaking me out. Hey, well, that one's got my face on it, so I like that, too.
Yep. So there we go. Those are the 12 that I've received. Now, here's what I want to do.
All right, what do you got for me,
Now, let me see how this works. Okay. We are... No, I'll cover it later. I'll tell you after we talk about this next thing.
All right. Okay. Did you show the handsome? You did show Majo first, right? Did you show Majo's handsome face? He's so handsome. I want you to show him, but
Was it in there?
Oh, well, no, because you have it in the tab there. You didn't have it in the
Well,
folder.
no, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I clicked and dragged
Well,
it
he got... Oh, okay. Well, then he just got double time. No, I got it.
Nope,
I
it's
just
not
showed
in
it.
there.
Oh, okay. Well, I just showed it.
There it is.
Boom. Look at him. Look how he's rocking it.
Okay, I have 13 pictures.
I think the ladies are going to be impressed with him in that sweatshirt.
Definitely.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, Jupiter Broadcasting, he must be smart."
So here's the other thing. We want to give a huge shout out to Heimer 16 in the IRC
gosh.
and Rotten Corpse. Both of them have been working diligently with us to tweak the website, and we're continuing to do those efforts. But the biggest thing is we have our new logo up there.
There it is.
Now, if you notice, it's not all white and
Right.
not all black.
It is colored.
as our T-shirts suggest. Nobody has seen or known that it was colored until now. So-
Boom. Revelations. And we wanted, so the way we wanted this is to make sure everybody who ordered a shirt, that was the first place the logo went. Once the shirt started hitting, we wanted to update the site, and Heimer 16 and Rotten Corpse were so awesome and like jumping on this on a Friday, making sure we had this ready for the show today. It was awesome.
Yep. So, do you want to scroll down, or I guess it's my mouse?
Yeah.
There we go. We also have an inverted bottom there. An inverted
Which
bottom.
looks classy.
Yeah.
It's real clean.
We're always open to your suggestions, though, so you can use the contact form and let us know what you think. And
there it is.
under general comments, it'll go straight to me, and I'll probably shoot you an email back and say thank you for your criticisms.
Wow.
Or suggestions.
Okay. All right.
So, anyway, we're continuing to work on that.
It's pretty exciting to because really the website is sort of our front door to our store, I guess, if you call it. Like it's not like we have a physical presence, not yet. But what do you? Oh gosh, why do you have that on there?
Somebody, Big C.
Grabbed a few screenshots of the pre-show.
So he was just waiting for me to put my hands underneath my boobs.
Well, you know what?
That's
There's
great.
always a good chance on the pre-show that's going to happen. So as long as you have the screenshot utility available, you're ready to go. We have really...
Skynet has a really good question in the chat room.
What is it, Ange? What is it?
If you guys are Jupiter Broadcasting, does that make the fans the moons of Jupiter?
Wow. Our Titans. Oh gosh. Look, we got to talk about the really, 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 really huge plans we have coming up. We've been teasing a lot of pieces of this over the last month or so, but there's some realities now that we are ready to share, some hard details we're ready to share about 2014.
Yep.
Super excited to talk about that. So before we get to that, I want to thank the sponsor of the FauxShow, and that, my friends, is Ting.com. Ting is mobile that...
Makes sense.
You got it!
Yeah!
Sweetie.
Yeah, you see, if you said that.
Yeah.
So, but before you would say mobile
and then
on the go.
Because I put Ting, because I put
That.
Ting in there, that made the difference, huh?
No, you put that. You said that.
Oh.
Okay. Mobile
All
that.
right. Okay, I got
Makes
you.
sense.
So here's how you get started. Go to faux.ting.com now. You guys, Ting is really something different. No contracts, no early termination fees. Get ready for this.
Murphy has arrived.
You only pay for what you use. Now, Ange, let me ask you. They have some really good phones over at Ting.
Okay.
So if I was a gentleman caller and you were a few drinks in at the bar and I walked up, which one of these phones, I have the Nexus 5 here and the HTC One, which one of these phones would impress you more and think that I was worthy of your time?
This one.
The HTC One? You like the classy design of the HTC One?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, good news, ladies and gentlemen, because Ting has the HTC One on sale. Plus, if you go to faux.ting.com, you'll take $25 off your first device.
Woo.
Check it out. So right here, if you scroll down, they have tons of great Android devices. Like right now, the Galaxy S3, which is still a great Android phone, $102 off. When you combine that with our discount, when you go to faux.ting.com, you're really going to be cooking with gas. And all of these phones, you buy these phones, you own them. They're not subsidized by the carrier. Look, right now they have a $30 off deal on the HTC One Silver. There's also a black and red edition that are also $30 off. Faux.ting.com will get you the $25 off discount. And one of the awesome things about Ting is their online dashboard. It's super powerful, super easy to use, and really intuitive. And the thing that I like about it, is I was just sitting here and I'm like, oh, look at me, I got two phones, Mr. Big Shot. But the nice thing is I'm being cheap while I'm doing it. I only pay for what I use, $6 per line. And if I don't use the HTC One that much this month, because I'm not picking up the ladies, so I'm using the Nexus 5 for its utility capabilities. It's got a barometer, folks. I only pay for $6 while it sits in my drawer. That's absolutely incredible. It's going to push the mobile industry forward. And why not become a participant in that? You can help clean up the mobile industry by supporting Ting. So go over to faux.ting.com to get started. Check them out. And by the way, and I don't know if you knew this, they have a mobile discount. If you want to move over to Ting, but you have a contract, if you go to ting.com/ETF, they have an early termination relief program. They'll help you get out of that contract.
That is awesome. Yes, I did know that.
You did know that? Well, you just know everything, don't you?
Yes, I do. I also happen to know that they support iPhone 4 and 4S.
Yeah. If you've got a Sprint-compatible iPhone 4 or 4S, you can now bring them over to the Ting network. So this is something, and Ange, you can attest to this because you pay the bills in the house. Before I switched to Ting, my monthly cell bill was over $100 a month. And it was, and the Ting plans include hotspot and tethering built into that. And you just pay for the data usage that you end up using. You just check the box in Android, and now you have a hotspot device.
That's awesome.
Like all of that, like I had to pay into extra plans before. It seems so crazy now in retrospect. I've been using Ting for the year, and it's the beginning of a new year. So why not get started? Go to FauxShow.ting.com.
FauxShow?
Faux.ting.com.
Okay, faux.ting.
Faux.ting. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yep, and Bronwyn had it in the lower third there a minute or two ago. So.
Thank you. Yeah, go check him out and let him know that you found him here on the Faux Show. We appreciate it. And it's a big thanks to Ting, really. They're going to play a huge role in our 2014 plans because of their awesome sponsorship of our shows. They're going to make a lot of this possible. So we really appreciate you guys supporting them. Speaking of which, should we talk about our studio plans for 2014?
Yes. So, I think everybody's really excited.
This picture is super old.
Yeah, it is. It's a couple years ago.
Like those computers aren't even in here anymore.
I know. Well, and I think those monitors died a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
This is what the studio looks like when the green light isn't shining in our eyes.
Yeah, essentially.
Which, by the way, is one of the reasons why we don't like to look at you. No, just kidding. Because we're looking right into a ring of green LED lights.
The ring of fire.
Yeah.
Here, I'll while we talk about this for a second, I can turn on the drone cam. I have to go spin up the drone.
Yeah.
It takes a second.
So, So we are in the third bay of our garage here. Hi. And it's a little cramped and it's a little, kind of piecemeal together. Yeah. But we're hoping,
And, the other thing, too, is, like, if we want to have guests, we have to bring them through our house, bring them through our messy garage.
Yeah.
And plus, with 3 kids, they still, it's hard when you have 3 kids to do a show with high audio fidelity because they can be loud and things like that. So it's definitely worked. And one of the awesome things about it is made what we do at the scale we do possible because we already own the space and all of that.
Yeah. So we have, when we left our previous place while this house was being built, we were unable to sell it because of the economy. So we rented it, and those renters are moving out at the end of this month. And we will then, I will then get contractors together to clean it up, probably remove the carpet, I'm not sure,
fix up some things that because they've been living there for a few years,
and pretty much convert it to a studio. The master bedroom is going to be this studio going forward, and then there's going to be in the living room is going to be a place where people can visit and talk, interviews can sit and chat with other people. Kind of,
and we might even eventually turn it into like a physical living room set. So we'll have a green screen set and a physical living room set where we kind of do some of the talk shows. And Angela and I always have this thing that we call in the new place. So this is dangerous. With this in the new place syndrome is always where you have all these plans for what you're going to do when you move. This is something we realized years ago when we'd moved between apartments.
Oh my gosh, no. This isn't years ago. This was like 15 years ago. Like after we moved out, like our first apartment was sharing it with a what is it called? Another person.
Another renter?
Anyway.
A roommate?
A roommate, yes. So we decided, okay, we can't do roommates again. But we had all these things like, well, if we didn't have a roommate, we'd do this, And so then we're like, okay, in the new place, it's kind of like, not going to happen.
However, we're pretty confident a lot of this can happen. It'll just be an evolutionary thing over 2014. So what we'll probably do is we'll move into the new, it's really a townhouse. It's not really a condo. It's a townhouse.
Yeah, it's a townhouse.
And we'll move into there, and we'll set up the new studio. Initially, we'll do a lot of things like soundproofing and things like that out of the gate. Then we'll replicate as close as we can the existing setup. So that way, one of the things we have to accommodate while we're doing this transition is really we don't like to miss any shows. So it's kind of like moving a studio while the production chain is still running. I don't know how the hell we're going to do that, but one of the ideas is we'll probably replicate the existing setup as closely as possible
initially. So Murphy has a great question. He says, wait, with the new studio, will more shows be video now like the Faux Show is now?
Why is there spiders on your screen?
Don't put it on my screen.
Sorry,
yet. I was reading the chat room.
I couldn't help it.
I to the lower third. I will get to that.
I saw spiders. I saw spiders.
Anyway,
spiders!
So no. The short answer is no. Existing shows that are audio format will remain audio format, except for maybe special occasions. Maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be easier, I guess. But the main reasons why we have audio shows is because a lot of our listeners are just that, listeners, not viewers.
Right. In some shows, I prefer to have audio only for the type of show it is. And it sounds weird, but it's like a setting the tone thing.
Yeah. It also takes a lot more time to edit and process and and do all that.
But I think the answer is we will have new shows.
Yeah, and
those shows will be video.
And that's why I said existing shows that are audio, Okay, so here are a couple of things. Now, in the new studio, you guys really, you might not tell a big difference about our faces. I will look exactly like this in the new place, in the new studio. But here are a couple of things that you might not know about. Our garage is not heated. It's not air conditioned. Yeah. So in the winter it's cold, and in the summer it's really hot. Yeah. We have to have these lights all around us, so it definitely gets hot in here. Also, go to my screen.
Spiders.
Yeah. We're in a garage. There are spiders, and they're big spiders. So it'll be nice to not have to worry about that anymore. Mm-hmm. And then, like Chris said,
can you get those off your screen, please?
I'd rather not have.
Thank you.
I'd rather not have people come to our private home,
right. And in fact, one of the things we want to encourage in the new studio is we want guests.
Yeah, we want you to stop by.
Yeah. Not everybody's in our area, obviously.
Right.
But if you are in the area, or if you're on a trip, and if hey, I'm going to be out in the Seattle area, one of the things I could do is swing by the Jupiter Broadcasting Studios.
Yep, exactly.
And say hi. Or, for example, we're not sure yet. Should I say this? I think I'm going to say this. Linux Fest Northwest is coming up.
Yep.
A lot of folks are planning to come out for Linux Fest Northwest, and I don't know where we're going to be at with the studio and all of that, but I don't think the studio itself will be up and running, but I think the space will be open. You think we'll have the studio up and running by Linux Fest?
Yeah, that's the end of April.
I hope so, yeah.
All right, so
we'll be taking guests from Linux Fest Northwest.
Yep. Oh, secret sauce. There we go. This is the master bedroom that will be the new studio.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get a picture of it from that. Because there's also a thing around the corner there where the bathroom and closet are.
Yeah.
Which we might consider putting a hole in that closet wall and putting some of the equipment.
Put a TV there.
Putting some of the equipment in the closet and running it through to the other side.
Yeah. That would be a good idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, so here's the plan. So the renters will move out at the end of January. They potentially want a couple extra days at the beginning of February, because I always hate it how you have to move out of a place by the end of the month, but you can't move into the next place until the first of the month. Like, what do you do with all your stuff over that night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. We're gonna be flexible with them and give them the time they need.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be scheduling, the repair people, the carpet cleaners or removers or whatever, possibly doing some painting, and then let it all dry, air out, and something else. Well, let's see.
I'm going to be checking the electrical. I got to check that to make sure it can support all of our gear and all of our lights. That might take some work.
Right.
I got to set up the barbecue in the backyard so that way we can have food, because it's got a backyard big enough to barbecue and have a spot for people to eat. Yep. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. And I think we can move on to this next one. So somebody wise once said, I think that Jupiter Broadcasting is awesome, and independent broadcasting on an unmoderated medium is something that is needed, and people that make Jupiter Broadcasting happen are some of the best people I've ever met, and I'm happy I've been able to help out and hope to be able to help out even more in the future.
Wow. Yeah, we really have an amazing community. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't have a lot of warm and fuzzies about a lot of things. And the fact that we have such an amazing community, like when we have, like, for example, when that Amazon news came and we found out we were losing our Amazon funding, which at the time we thought was probably going to mean we couldn't do this studio.
Yeah.
And, I didn't completely panic, because I knew at the end of the day our community could be and would be there if we had to. And, this Jupiter Broadcasting shirt was a huge success because of our community, and it's helping us move forward with our plans.
Yep, we sold 1,053 of them, which is crazy. But so the person that made that quote was Mr. Rikai.
Oh, Rikai, yeah, creator of JB Titles and the J-Bot in the IRC chat room.
And quite a few other things.
Prolific developer of sorts. He's got a GitHub page with lots of our browser affiliate extensions.
Yep. So here is, like, probably the biggest news, because you guys have been hearing us talk about the new studio and whatever. We're adding a new family member.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do a little adoption.
Yep.
Sometimes the family, even though we already have 3 kids, it has to grow.
Yep.
Who are you adopting, Angela? Can you give me a little details about the new child or son?
Well,
Is he, how old? 5, 3 years old? How old are we talking, Angela?
he's 27.
Oh, so it's not a child.
No, and he has red hair
Okay.
and a magnificent beard.
Now you got I'm interested now. Tell me more. Tell me
Oops.
more. How about you let me change the shots?
Because you're not there. Okay, it is Rakai. We are adopting Rakai. I am going to fly Rakai here end of February, early March, and he is going to be our Jupiter Broadcasting studio troll.
Full-time.
Full-time.
Full-time studio troll.
Live-in studio troll.
Now, why are we doing this? I'll tell you. There's a lot of back-end production that goes into every single show.
The sickery. Adopt me.
Well, you never know. We're starting here, and then as Jupiter Broadcasting grows, we'll probably have more positions. Hopefully, if everything goes right.
Yeah.
That's the
This
idea.
is just like we are at the point of some growing pains, and both of us are maxed, and there's only so much I can do while watching 3 kids. So, we really.
So
really
Rikai is going to help with the post-production work. He'll be doing a lot. So a lot of times when we go off the air, there's several hours worth of work that each show needs, and so that means even when when we turn off the stream, I'm not done working. Even if I've been out here doing a show for a couple of hours, I still have. And usually the way it works is there's anywhere from an hour to 2 days worth of work before a show. Then we go on. And ironically, doing the actual show is the least amount of work in doing a show.
Yeah.
This is the easy part, is what we're doing right now.
Right.
This takes the least amount of time, and it is the easiest part to do. Then after the show, we go and do post-production, and editing, encoding, publishing, uploading to the CD, and all that kind of stuff. That takes hours in some cases.
Yeah. Or like you go out here at like 9:30, and then you're not available until 4.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if there's any technical problems or if it's a really big show, it exponentially increases the amount of time.
Yep.
So that limits the time I get to spend with my family. That increases my stress and the amount of work that I'm doing. And it also inhibits me from having time to develop new shows and create new content.
And so that's the big thing. People are thinking like Hyperion says, so Rakai works while you get to drink. Sounds like a plan. Well,
oh man,
it's not. Chris is a workaholic. Lightening his load by not having to edit just means that he can work on all the other things that he can't get to now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and there's only so much of those things that I can do because I'm, I just don't know some of the technological things.
And the other thing that having an in-studio troll all the time means that
this is really exciting.
What? Oh, that it's going to be the process of going on location and doing on-location shows dramatically changes. So instead of Chris having to have a secondary broadcasting rig that with a portable mic setup and all this kind of crazy stuff like when we go to Linux Fest with multiple cameras, now all I have to do is bring a couple of laptops, a couple of decent USB mics, go on location and Skype into the studio, and Rikai can be in the studio live switching an event on location.
Yep.
And my dream has always been, and I don't know if this is going to happen, but Tuesdays before Linux Unplugged, I've got several hours because Linux Unplugged is until 2 p.m. And my dream has always been to go on location Tuesday morning, shoot Linux Unplugged on location from time to time, not all the time, but from time to time, and then record segments for other shows while we're there. So like if we go to a place that uses Linux, we could do Linux Unplugged on location and then interview the folks there, look at their gear and their setup for the Linux Action Show on Sunday.
Yep.
And it's this awesome capability that we get all of a sudden where going on location goes from a 2-day planning process to hey, I need to go do this. I just go grab my bags and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
It could be huge for us in that regard.
Jupiter Broadcasting will be hitting the road in 2014.
Yeah. And the other thing that could be really awesome is once we have a physical space, I'm going to be more comfortable inviting guests in on a more regular basis. The Seattle area is chock full of technical talent. I mean, there's some awesome companies in the Seattle area that could drive up and sit in studio with us, be on high-fidelity microphones, be on an HD camera, and talk with us about what they're doing.
Yep. It's really, really, really going to be cool.
Yeah. So so in order to have, because really to make this happen, we couldn't really have Rikai live here in this garage, right?
No.
And we couldn't really do all of these things put together without having a space and a person. So
So we found our person.
Yeah, and I'm really hopeful of what it's going to bring. And if nothing else, at the minimum, assuming we can pay for all of it and afford all of it, at the minimum, it should at least lighten my load and decrease my stress level and give me more time to come up with new show ideas. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to do. Like, because we're going to be in a townhouse, we'll have a garage. Maybe we could do like a how-to type show out in the garage.
Right.
We'll have a living room. Maybe we could do like a talk show out in the living room. Where we just sit there and
a barbecue in a backyard.
Exactly.
Maybe we can do a barbecue segment.
There's all of, plus not only that, but I will have an office where I can go and I can work and I can focus and you know all and
Right,
the kids
away
can be
from-
as loud as they want
Yeah,
and don't
see,
have to
that's
worry
the
about
thing.
dad recording.
That's the thing that's the hardest for me is that we have to be upstairs if Chris is doing an audio show because he does that in his office. But they can't run around because that picks up on the mic. And they can't be super loud, you know. So I end up having to like mute their childness.
Yeah, which is not actually possible.
Which isn't really fair, and it's hard on me, and it's stressful on both of us. So, you know, if they want to play in the bathroom for 10 minutes during Unfilter,
which is directly above where I sit,
then yeah. So, just a couple other things. Rakai has a new website. It's called rekd.net, rect.net. It's very basic. It just says fancy menu thing,
nice
stuff and things,
buttons and things.
Yeah, I have a blog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can check him out there. He'll be updating that.
Majo in the IRC suggests that maybe we should look into barbecue as tasty.
Yeah. Well, and then a couple. Oh, where'd that? There we go.
Could be good.
His favorite Jupiter Broadcasting shows these days, FauxShow. Naturally.
What?
Lotso forever and ever. This will revive from the dead someday, I tell you.
Lotso.
He yells.
Maybe.
And Last in Linux Unplugged. And then just a brief overview. Rakai found us when he was trying Linux for the 50th time. And he found a Linux podcast that didn't put him to sleep. The Linux Action Show.
Thank you, sir.
And that was before Jupiter Broadcasting formed.
Oh, so that's way long time.
Way long time ago. And then he drifted off for a little bit, but then came back when we joined IRC, Geek Shed, and then was pretty well hooked when Alan came on to join TechSnap because he was renting a computer or something from Alan.
Probably a server login or something from Alan.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, Rakai's done a lot of stuff for us over the years, and we're really excited to use him more.
Yeah, it's awesome because there's people in our community who we've worked with, and this is a very slow, organic process because it's not like we have credit cards, but we're not taking business loans, we're not taking VC funding. So these things are very slow and very organic, but they feel like we're moving as fast as we can, and as we grow. There's members in our community. It's almost like when they've worked with us, it's been like this long-term vetting process, right? Where we've known them now for a long period of time. We've seen what they can do,
or they've just stepped up naturally, really fast, and shown their dedication.
Yep. And so it's so awesome to be able to begin the process of as we become capable of helping those people to sort of return the favor in some sense. Of course, he's gonna be working his butt off, so I don't know if he's going to be all that thankful. Sorry, Rikai, it's a hard job. That's why I'm getting out of it. So is there anything else we wanted to cover before we... Okay.
So the Minecraft competition on the new server.
The Faux World home competition?
Yeah, there's the bit.ly link. I have, I think, 8 submissions right now. I think there's quite a few more people that wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got really good chances to win right now then.
Yeah. Well, yes, true. So I'm going to extend that one more week.
Okay.
So use that bit.ly link that's in the lower third or check the show notes.
Yep. Do you want to recap super quick what it is? Just real quick?
It's just whatever. It's just from the outside, build a house, give me your coordinates. The web form asks you for your coordinates and your in-game name.
And this is on our...
this is on Faux World.
Which is MC... Do we give that out on there?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
mc.jbgame.tv. Yep. And create your world in there, then put the coordinates for it. And how do they display the coordinates in Minecraft? Do you remember the key combo?
F3.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just unless you're on a Mac, and then it's FN F3, which FN is over by like delete and end.
That's silly.
Yeah,
that's silly.
You have to hold anyway. So we're just basing it on the outside of your house.
Yep.
So
So back to one real quick thing I want to touch on because so much stuff is going to be happening over the next few months with us. We're going to be crazy busy with this new studio stuff. I don't know. We'll probably do updates in the FauxShow too as major events happen. But the other place you'll be able to get updates is in the Jupiter Signal.
Yes.
So if you go to bit.ly/Jupiter Signal, you can sign up for that. We'll probably put pictures in there as we do stuff and things like that.
I forgot to mention what I wanted to do with the TechSnap shirts. Jupiter Broadcasting shirts.
Oh, you're going to tell them?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, what is it?
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all your faces and I'm going to crop them down to squares. your pictures. I'm going to upload them to an Instagram, and then I'm going to use one of their poster printing things and have a giant poster printed of everybody wearing their shirts. And that is why I want a picture of you wearing your shirt.
How cool would it be if a person wearing a shirt came to visit the new studio
and stood next to it?
Yeah.
And
we'll have to take a picture.
Signed it. No, and they could sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
In the new place.
We
have so many cool plans. I got can I tell them about my idea for decorating the studio?
Yeah.
I mean, this is all like lowest priority stuff.
Yeah.
But I would love to take some of my favorite episode stills of our shows that we have poses for, like the Faux Show and Last. And make printout versions of some of those.
Right, and have them hanging on the wall. Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
Okay, and then let's see. There was one other thing. Oh, yeah. So Last 300, episode 300 is coming up next month, right? Right in the middle of February.
This Sunday is $2.95.
Yeah.
Really close.
We have some pretty crazy good plans in the works for Last 300.
So excited.
Yeah, it is. You guys are just going to...
Yeah.
Your minds are going to be blown.
And I want to say this ahead of time. I'm not going to say anything about that. But if things go well, might consider doing like an open house in the studio for 300. We probably couldn't record episode 300 there.
Yeah. Well, there won't be much there.
Right. But it'll be an empty house. But people could come and see it and see the new Jupiter Broadcasting intergalactic headquarters.
Yeah.
And visit us. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. No, well, but I don't know how you do that because you have to edit and get last.
Well, I was thinking like we could just take a camera and just do it like at some time as just like on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
And then like roll that clip in that weekend.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Or it's probably the best
Saturday?
way. Maybe.
The 15th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll think about that as the studio gets closer to being ready to accept guests, and then we'll update you guys. But if you're in the area, consider it. Because episode 300 should be around when?
February 16th.
Boom.
Right around that. Or exactly.
Or... to the date, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Time math.
So, yeah, I think that's it. If you want to see the show notes, just go to jupiterbroadcasting.com and then click down the show tab to Faux Show and click on your show.
And stay subscribed to the Faux Show. There's RSS feeds linked in the show notes right below the download links. We'll be giving out updates through the Faux Show as well.
Yep. And if you forget our Ting address, it is also in the show notes.
faux.ting.com. Go say thanks to them for sponsoring the Faux Show. All right, Ange, is there any... Oh, and check out jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar because the Faux Show's live date is in flux as our
don't count on it. Yeah, don't... I mean, hopefully it's this time and this day every week for the next...
couple of weeks at least, but the babysitter situation's in flux, so we'll always try to keep you updated on the calendar page. You can also check the topic in our IRC chat room. Just go to irc.geekshed.net.
Or follow,
pound Jupiter Broadcasting, or follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
We have links to that in the show notes, too.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Take us out, Ange.
That's it for this episode of The Faux Show. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, you can catch recent episodes of The Faux Show on jupiterbroadcasting.com/Faux Show. Also, get them on demand in the iTunes store. Search for Faux Show.